Welcome, join us as we explore the mystical insights of the Blood Moon Oracle, revealing profound guidance for your journey ahead. Thank you for watching.
Hello there, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle today. I hope you guys are well. Happy Monday, the beginning of this week. I hope your weekend was wonderful. My weekend was rather eventful. I actually did a 3-day road trip down to Kansas, and so I got to step into some states that I've never been to before. So I got to mark off some items on my bucket list and have a little fun while doing it. And after the 3 days, I did feel a little bit, not really tired. It was actually pretty stimulating, pretty encouraging. Even though the actual road trip itself was tiring on the body, my mind needed that break from the normal routine, from work, from home. And so I came home feeling really stimulated and engaged and encouraged and uplifted. And so it's been a good weekend for me, I would say. I hope it's been well for you guys. And so lots of good things happening for us right now. I feel the good energy just pouring in right now. And so I'm so happy to be here, even to experience the things that are happening right now. So today, Blood Moon Oracle is coming to bring you some encouragement around this beautiful energy transmission that will be coming in for the Lionsgate portal, which is actually going to be around the 8th. So it's actually considered the 8/8 portal, the Lionsgate portal. And so we're going to take a look at that energy and then delve into each of the signs and just give a little bit of energy on how that may be affecting us. Each of the signs individually. Of course, we'll start from Aries and work our way chronologically through the signs on the calendar all the way to Pisces, okay? But around the Lionsgate portal, just to give a little bit of insight around what that is for 2025, this helps us to really discover this energy that's happening around this time. For those of you that may not be aware, the heavens, we're talking about astrology, how the stars are aligned. Many times it's just a foreshadow of what is happening below. As above, so below. That kind of concept, what's happening in the heavens is actually a foreshadowing of what's happening below or what will happen. And so these types of energies, like I'm talking about today, the Lionsgate portal, is all about having the opportunity and the chance to really navigate this energy, as it connects with astrology. And even the elements of the earth themselves, we can look and connect that with things like the crystals or, protective crystals that's at our disposal. And I also like to take a look at different ways that we could set our minds to manifest as well. And so it is definitely a very cosmic energy. Many would call it a gateway, or I like to talk in terms of portals, right? Every year, the Lionsgate portal is really a time of this alignment that happens when the sun in Leo connects or it joins forces with Sirius. And Sirius is a star, one of the brightest stars that's in the Orion's belt, right? And Earth, it's connected to Earth and Sirius, both of those. That's the brightest star and Earth. But the alignment is said to bring about this energetic surge when it comes to this spiritual aspect of what's happening for us. And with that happening, this energetic surge offers a heightened time when it comes to things like intuition, when it comes to things like transformation, or when it comes to things like being able to pull things into our experience, manifestation. So when we look at the 2025 Lionsgate portal, this is going to really focus around the planetary movements, obviously, but it also is a time of evolution as well for this year. And we can see that like in real time, how things are changing and evolving, both personally for our own personal lives. Things are in motion. They're transforming and evolving and heightening in many ways. We can also see this as a collective as well, overall, from an earth perspective as well. Things are in transition right now as we speak. And that may come through kind of like in the form of breakthroughs. Others could feel this in the form of like this very heavy energy. It may feel very overwhelming or intense with these shifts happening. Some may feel like it's, difficult to navigate. Some may just, see it as breakthroughs, finally breaking through boundaries, right? Moving forward. But in all, it's around understanding how the energy is interacting. In this case today, I'm going to be taking a look at each individual sign of the zodiac and take a look at how we can use this energy and make it work for us as the Lion Gate portal is coming in, right? And so, again, it actually occurs when the sun is in Leo, aligns with Sirius, right? And this often is a time where it's perceived as the spiritual sun. Sirius is actually one of the brightest and most powerful stars that we have that we're able to see from Earth. And this star of Sirius is really, it alludes to the energy of wisdom, of divine consciousness, and accelerated, it's like evolution, accelerated like spiritual growth as well. And now when we look at the cultural aspects, for instance, we can go to ancient Egypt or different esoteric traditions. This star, the Sirius, appears as a signal of things that happen in the earth. One of the things is the Nile River rises. And that signifies a time for those that will look to the earth for signs. It's a time of abundance. When you see the Nile River rise, that means, oh, it's time. The harvest time has come. In today's tradition, we may not look to these types of signs to be indicative of something good to happen. But during this portal, for us, this may come across as a time of intensity, of connecting to higher realms, that connection being strengthened. And for some of us, we may receive more downloads, dreams. Anybody dreaming? Yes. Intuitive visions. And like I said, just major shifts happening energetically. We see that happening in real time in our own personal lives and worldwide. So this is really a time where things are potent, I would say. And if you are someone who is heavy into evolution and constantly growing and self-development, this is a time to really do it, right? Because this is a time where there's going to be things that are enhanced, like clarity, or things will be presenting opportunities to take action. Courage, right, will be enhanced. And this personal power, standing in our own, sense of being, will be enhanced also. It's also an opportunity to shift, right? Releasing past burdens and stepping into new roles, new cycles of purpose and success, right? And this actually happens every year. We can expect the Lion Portal to open up every year where this intensity will be increased. Now, it does happen every year, but the intensity will be different from year to year because it's going to be influenced by the shifts of the planet. The planet's transits and the collective energy shifts. And so some years it may feel like just a gentle little nudge or a gentle push, while others, like this year, 2025, is said to carry an urgent call for transformation. That's what this is carrying. There's an evolution, I feel like, that is carried heavy with the Lion's Portal. And so this is one where you want to jump into the vortex because that energy is available. Okay. Now for the Lion's Portal this year for 2025, this is going to be, if we're already in it, it actually activated July 26th and it'll stay active all the way through August 12th. But the peak of that energy will be on the Lion's Gate portal, which is 8-8. Okay. And 8, of course, we know is deeply symbolic and significant. 8s are all about movement, right? They're all about action. They're all about legacies and mastery, the energy of mastery and accomplishment, right? And so this is a big deal. Next to 7, I would say 8 is probably one of my more influential numbers that I like to see show up when I do readings. But during this period, also the energy most potent, 3 days before August 8th, which will be August 5th. And this is going to be the ideal time to do things like set intentions. So this may be a time to write down goals or write down and plan strategies. Setting intentions is one. Practicing meditations to connect with those higher frequencies that will be heightened is another one. We probably do that anyway, but this is a time to even delve into that more because we may be getting more out of it. This is a time of letting go and working to let go of limiting beliefs and really being open to new possibilities. And I feel that very deep. I feel that one because there's a struggle. There's a struggle to release, but this is the time to do that because of what's coming and what's available. And so setting intentions, practicing meditations, releasing limiting beliefs, and then enhancing our intuition as well. And so if you do have any type of rituals that you do, this is a beautiful time to do that through any kind of divination that you do, or even just something as simple as deep self-reflection, right? And so opening up those different portals to connect with our higher self is going to be very profitable. And so as this energy influx comes in and is brought up to this high frequency energy level, there's some things that we may experience, right? As we're going through this time of heightened sensitivity or this heightened energy fluctuation, right? It's going to be energetic. So we may in fact feel these energetic shifts, and it may first of all, feel like an increase in our intuition, right? And we may feel like our connections psychically are sensitive, right? We may be feeling like every little thing pierces the veil for us, right? And so there's going to be like an increased intuition. Things will be opened up. The veil will be thin during this time. So don't freak out. Know that it is this high frequency energy that's happening. There may be lots of communication happening during this time. Vivid dreams. Anybody else having symbolic vivid dreams? Mine started last week, as a matter of fact. Definitely lots of vivid dreams. So this is actually a time, if you are someone who is into dreams and visions and that kind of work, to write it down. If you do that, to journal, to log it, because it may be very significant. These dreams may come through as that increased intuition, and it may bring forth messaging. And so what you're seeing may be very symbolic. And so this may be something you want to record for your records later on. Because if you're like me, the dreams that I have are very significant and symbolic. Many times they are revealing what is to come. I have very prophetic dreams. It's always looking forward for me of something that is coming or something that is about to happen. And so understanding and remembering what the dream is becomes very important and significant, because it ends up being something that I may end up feeling deja vu. And it's like, didn't I do this? But no, maybe I did. But more so, it could be that it was dreamt, and the dream was so vivid and realistic, it almost felt like I'd lived it, right? And so to be able to remember that would be to utilize tools that will help us to log these so that we can refer back to them later. Another thing that we may feel is emotional highs and lows, just being on this roller coaster ride, right, as the energies are clearing. And I feel like Spirit would want us to not avoid it, but allow yourself to go on this ride, because it's going to be clearing out those old energies. There may be things coming up that's been stagnant and stored away for a long time. Maybe something we ain't want to deal with. Just keeping it real, right? I don't want to deal with that right now. Well, it may come up, and we may be being forced to deal with those right now as we're in this very energetically sensitive time. Spirit is saying, let it come up so that it can be cleansed out. We may feel fatigue or restlessness, either or, due to this energetic recalibration. Things are going to be being reprogrammed And there's going to be some things that are added right into the program. There's going to be some things that are taken out. There's some recalibrations and some redirecting that's taking place. And it may come across and leave us a little bit fatigued or a little bit anxious, a little bit restless too. So that's going to be one of the ways that it comes through. And then also pressure around the crown area, or it could come across as like tingling or some type of sensation around the third eye or the crown of the head, right? That could be something that we experience, lightheadedness, slight dizziness for a second, right? Those are some of the symptoms that may come across as we're being affected by this energy. Now, because the energy is so heightened, of course, one of the things that we want to be aware of is making sure that we are meeting these challenges and protecting ourselves, right? Because this portal is open and it's going to be a time of major transformation. And so there's some other things that could, present some, challenges for us, but like the feeling of overwhelm, that anxious, restless, or the fatigue feeling, right? This is something that may come across out of the challenge. So we'll need to put things in place to help us to make it through this period if we are experiencing those. Because it's not like we could just go and, we can't just go to Arizona to the mountains and camp out, while this energy is in, transit. No, we still are living our everyday lives. For many of us, we still are doing the 9 to 5. Not everybody is, but there's some of us that have families to care for. It's not just us, but it's all this other stuff too, on top of this transition that's happening. And so overwhelm is something to look out for and to safeguard by setting up things that will assist you if you ever feel that, right? So it may be something that gives you an opportunity to look forward and say, well, what do I do when I feel overwhelmed? What helps me? And whatever that thing is, let me set that up so it'll be readily available if I ever feel in this next week or so like I'm getting to that place energetically. So overwhelm is going to be something that may come in and present some risk. Give me 1 second. I don't know why my nose always wants to itch. I don't know what's up with that. The next thing is sleep disturbances. You may find yourself waking up in the middle of your vivid dreams or intense dreams, or being woken up by them. Or maybe you're being woken up during this time at specific hour or a specific time each night, right? For me, this is almost like a regular occurrence. When I know there's like some transition of the energy, I always wake up between 3 and 4, right? And so sleep disturbances may come through. It may be being woken up from some vivid, intense dream, or you may not know why you woke up. You could be in a deep sleep and then all of a sudden you're just wide awake all of a sudden, right? Sometimes it happens like that. I love chamomile. That helps me sleep into a nice, soft, comfortable sleep that doesn't leave me groggy in the morning. Some people take melatonin. I love melatonin too. That helps me also to go into like a sleep, peaceful rest without being overly restful or groggy when I wake up. There's other things that people use to sleep, like whatever works for you. This might be a time to have that in place in case you do have these sleep disturbances and it's causing, some type of friction with your day, the next day. The other thing is feeling disconnected, spaced out, or like, a little bit woo-woo in some ways, disconnected like from reality. This is a time, as I said, the bell is going to be thin. And so what normally would not happen is going to be happening. And so don't be alarmed if you hear somebody calling your name and you look around and nobody's there. Or you feel somebody like tap you on your shoulder or just slightly, there's some things that are going to happen. I feel like, especially with this energy, that's not going to be normal. And for some, it may come across, I'm used to it. Like at first it used to bother me and I used to like be a little bit skittish, but I'm used to it now. It doesn't bother me to be in that woo-woo space. I'm very comfortable there. But just to let you know, if you are not, that is why. right? It's because the energy is so heightened and the veil is thin. These things are able to come through easier now. You're heightened. Your spiritual senses are heightened. And so the connection is able to happen easier. Don't freak out. But whatever it is, however I would say the one thing that would help is to make sure that you stay grounded. To balance that out, which is all about taking advantage of meditation during this time, maybe even journaling. Those are some things that'll help you to stay grounded. Getting out for a couple of minutes out in nature, connecting with nature during the day. The last thing is, again, what we're talking about now, that heightened sensuality comes through as a challenge, because not only is it going to affect our reality, this is also going to affect our emotional state. We're going to be more susceptible to external influences. Things may feel less grounded, which is why we're moving more into be grounded, right? Because all these things are just, they're happening at the same time. It's easy to be caught off guard, right? And triggers may be a little bit more powerful, right? A little bit more easier to get up under our skin, or it may happen without us even realizing that it's happening. And so emotionally, things outside of us may have a little bit more influence than normal because of the heightened sensitivity that we'll be in, okay? But this time is really just beckoning us to stay grounded, to stay balanced, utilize techniques, spend time in nature, spend time meditating and working with your favorite protective stone or crystal, things like tiger's eye, black tourmaline, and I always forget the name. I always want to call it quartz, but it's selenite. Selenite would be a good crystal to work with as well. But tiger's eye or black tourmaline are definitely beneficial, okay? And so those are some things to kind of be on guard for. Now, as we look at the signs, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see how this is going to be benefiting or challenging each sign. But when we look at the different kinds of crystals, those are two crystals to keep us grounded and balanced, to protect against being overstimulated. Tiger's eye and black tourmaline. There's some other crystals that we can use during this time as well that may help us to amplify. If we're looking to amplify the energy, we can do that. Or if we're looking for something that's going to bring it down to help us stabilize during this portal. We have citrine and amber. That's one that's going to enhance clarity and enhance the manifestation energy, right? That may be good when we are sitting down trying to channel and manifest, like writing, right? Writing out plans for the manifestation. This might be a good couple of stones to have handy, citrine and amber. There's a stone called sunstone, which actually is very empowering. It helps to boost joy and power. It's called sunstone. There's another stone, garnet or carnelian. This is going to provide very motivational energy and courage, okay? And so if you're trying to step through certain challenges or break through, we're trying to break through during this time. Maybe we've been stuck in this one area for a while. This energy is going to provide a portal for that breakthrough. The stones that you may want to have handy if you're working with that energy of breakthrough, being motivated and taking action, being courageous. Garnet and carnelian are the two stones for that. And then we have, again, tiger's eye and black obsidian, very protective stones. That's going to bring that energy and balance it out. It's going to guard against overwhelm, okay? Now, again, this is an energy that happens every single year. And so the frequency of the energy actually fluctuates. 2025 is going to be one of the strongest it has been. Okay, so this is a time, if you choose to take advantage of it. Again, it'll come back around again next year, same day, August 8th. 2026 will be the height of the Lionsgate portal, and it's going to open up a new cycle of growth and transformation. Every year, this unique energy opens up on that day, and it gives us an opportunity to tune into that moment And if we are able to align with the highest path, okay, this is beautiful. I love it. And so that's a little bit about what the Lionsgate portal is. Now I want to go ahead and jump into how it's going to affect each of the signs. All right. And thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Like, share, comment if you are enjoying the reading thus far. And if you're just passing through and something caught your ear, feel free. This is your welcome and your invitation to subscribe. If you find yourself subscribing, go ahead and hit the bell so you'll be notified in case we go live or post other content. Like the encouragement of the day is probably one of the most posted content that's on this page. I try to be very consistent with it. And so if you are someone that needs just kind of like a pick me up or a little bit of inspiration, maybe even sometimes direction, clarity, this might be something that would be helpful. But anywho, thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to read and to tap into energies like this. I'm excited. And so let's take a look. We're going to start from Aries and work our way all the way through to Pisces. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Let's get started. Hi, Aries. Welcome. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. And so we are going to take a look at the energies for you during this time. I just want to put your banner up. Hopefully I can remember each sign. Sometimes I forget the signs. For Aries. All right. Hi, Aries. Welcome. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led, Aries. And so for you, Aries, you are one of the fire signs. For the fire signs, during this Lionsgate portal, for you, this is going to show up and give high energy for the fire signs. You are one of the fire signs. So this is going to affect you. You may find yourself like with an abundance of energy, strong manifestation, encouragement, and you may be very highly motivated, right, to manifest during this time, feeling very confident. I feel like you have a confident boost during this time. You may be feeling it already as a fire sign. This is tapping right into your element, the Lionsgate portal. And so let's take a look for you. What's happening around Lionsgate portal? What can you expect? And any encouragement Spirit might have for us during this time. Ooh, so the devil comes out. There's something about being tempted in some type of way. This may also come across as, it doesn't always have to be an external temptation. This could be something within you that you are breaking free from, or you have an opportunity to break some type of situation that you feel bound to. This portal may bring in the energy to help you do that. Yeah. And I feel like you will be very grounded. The grounded energy will be amplified if you are open to grasp that energy. What that would look like is doing activities that will stimulate that grounded energy, like getting out into nature, journaling, meditating, doing exercises that help you to tap in to yourself. And so the energy will be supportive for you, Aries. I don't know if there was some type of situation that you've been dealing with for a while that's coming up right now during this portal where you are faced with it and you have an opportunity to resolve it or break away from it, whatever this is. Yeah, the Prince of Swords. You know what this is for whoever you are right now. It's on your mind. You may be visualizing what that is. You may be visualizing being free from it right now. You know exactly what this is. Whatever it is, it has caused some difficulties in the past. It could have been something financial. It could have been something to do with your health that you have had bouts of, and I'm hearing depression. But it doesn't have to be for everybody. That could be for someone specific. But you've had bouts of situation that have arose from time to time around this in the past. but there's something very rewarding coming forward that you can look forward to. The Ten of Pentacles comes out for future energies, which says that whatever it was, it no longer has a grip on you. From Five of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles. If it was financial, it's a complete turnaround. If it was health-wise, a complete turnaround. Whatever it is, you're going to have the victory over it. And then some, moving forward. This may be the time with the world coming out. This is the support to break away. If you have had a difficulty turning away from this or just battling this, I feel like the energies are going to be really intensified and focused to give you the victory here. And so this is a time to go for it, to do it, to make a commitment to yourself. Okay. Yeah, this has been difficult with the Five of Swords. Very conflicting internally for whatever reason. How will this end for Aries? With the King of Pentacles, with you being victorious, being that's the match to the Queen of Pentacles. You'll come out of this balance and really taking charge. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to pull some of my karma cards just to tap into the astrology a little bit. Okay. Yep. This is what I thought. So we have the 11th house coming out, dealing with freedom, right? Getting free, associations. For some of you, this is getting free from people. Okay. Or situations. I also have Neptune coming out. And this is the energy around you being some type of inspiration for others, or being in a position of having to make some type of sacrifice to be able to move forward. You may have to sacrifice someone here. Not everybody is going to be able to go when we get promoted or we get ready to move forward and grow or move to the next level. Sometimes we end up having to, for some, this could be having to move ahead alone until you get free and then returning to free others. For others, it's moving ahead, period, because they are not a part of where you're going, who you'll be leaving behind, whatever the sacrifice is. And then I also have the third house. So we have the 11th house and the third house. Your third house is talking about making the right connection. So I feel like for some of you, this may be around your associations that are being tested during this time. And it may be necessary to choose yourself here. It may be necessary to choose yourself here. I see a little baby spider, and it's just busy too. Yeah, it may be necessary to choose yourself. It may be time. And you choosing yourself, again, it could end up being a sacrifice that you make right now, and then you come back later to free others. You may be being pushed on some type of pilgrimage to go and prepare a way to be able to bring others later on. There's some type of sacrifice that comes out here that requires you to move forward through getting some more knowledge. You'll be learning something more, dealing with your own shadows of insecurity. Whatever this process is during the Lion's Gate, I feel like it's dealing around limitations and you freeing yourself, because you got the Shadow Queen coming out here. This is all about freeing yourself from your own possible fears or insecurities or some type of manipulation that could be happening. Freeing yourself to be able to pull in knowledge of some kind. I don't know why that would be a problem. Maybe it's forbidden knowledge. I don't know. But for your dream card, I got Child. And Child talks about allowing yourself to be free and enter into a playful mode. This might be, you could have dreams that come in around this energy of playing. This could be something about a child. A spider just had babies, and the babies are releasing themselves. There's several babies here, and I'm gonna let them do what they have to do, because spiders are actually a sign of abundance. And so we have to allow them to do what they need to do. But this is kind of like an indication that there is the energy of magic around you, working for you. And to allow yourself to enter into this childlike belief for what is about to happen for you. What has been difficult is about to magically or easily be released. It's not going to be in this energy. Things are going to be different in this portal. And I'm hearing the upside down, right? What was hard is now going to be easy. What was heavy is now going to be light. But you have to enter into that energy of belief, though, because this has an opportunity of some type of new experience for you, new life, the energy of innocence and being connected to everything around you and everyone subconsciously, accepting messages, integrating feelings with unbridled joy, fun, and unlimited creativity. So it's almost like allowing yourself to believe that this is real, what you're seeing, what's happening, what spirit wants to do. And this has to do with your 11th house. There's something bigger than you, because the 11th house is all about your hopes and your dreams, but it's for humanity, what you want to do for humanity and for the future, not only of yourself, but for others. There's some sacrifice you'll be making that other people are going to benefit from it. Yeah. For some of you, this is going to be entering into abundance. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles on the other side. For some of you, this could be about coming into a place where you will be able to connect with your abundance. And that could be represented by a person, a place, or a thing. But there's some releasing of limitations, though, in this process for you, for the Lionsgate portal. It's all about releasing limitations and restrictions. And this is a superpower for you, Aries. You are a fire sign. And for the fire signs, this is a period of manifestation power, strong manifestation power, confidence. You may feel like you can, walk on air during this time or run up walls. It's high energy frequency. And so if there's any time to defeat whatever this devil represents, it's now. And it could be different for all of you, right? Whatever that restriction, that limitation that has prevented you, the energy to overcome that and break through is now, okay? And I see you end up doing it. And so that's for you, Aries, for the Lionsgate portal. Thanks for stopping by. Like, share, comment. If it resonates, let me know what that energy is that you are so eagerly wanting to overcome. The energy is here. Give me 1 second because I need a list of. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to go by. Should I go by elements? I think that's going to be easier. So forgive me. I know I said I was going to go from Aries in chronological order, but for me, it's easier and I don't have to do as much. I can focus more on the message instead of the chronological order. So I'm just going to do the element, or not the, I'm going to do the element. So the fire signs. So we started with Aries. I'm going to go ahead and go to Sagittarius next. Okay. Sagittarius. And I know these keys are very loud. Forgive me. I try to make it as quiet as possible, but it doesn't always work. Hi, Saggy. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. If you would be so kind, Saggy, to like, share, comment. If you have not yet, consider subscribing as we delve into how this energy of the Lionsgate portal is going to come across for you, how it's going to affect you, what's going to be available. So as a fire sign, right, this is definitely fire energy. This Lionsgate portal is bringing in, as I was telling Aries, this is a time to overcome, to break through, if I can say that, because the energy is going to be high for the fire sign. And this is a time of strong you're going to feel this beautiful energy boost. You probably already feel it, right? And so this is a time to accomplish. If there was any challenges that you've been dealing with, this may bring in that edge that's needed to break through those restrictions or boundaries, those challenges, whatever that is, okay? So that's how this energy is opening up for you as Sagittarius, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. Give me 1 second. I'm going to shuffle so it's not loud in your ear, and then we'll lay out your spread, Sagittarius. I'm so glad you came. 1 second, okay? All right, Sagittarius, now that we've shuffled, I didn't want that to be loud in your ear. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look and see during this heightened energy cycle, how things will play out for you. For Sagittarius, please and thank you, Spirit. Ooh. Queen of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. Okay. For some of you, you may come across as very attractive, very abundant right now. Let's see here. Sagittarius. So we have the star coming out. And so for you, this could be a time of pursuit. I feel like the star is definitely bringing out wish fulfillment energy. Right now, the focus is around connecting, maybe even clarifying through being led, though. There's something here about connecting. There's a huge star above her head that's touching her crown. There's something about connecting that may bring in some clarity, much needed clarity. There's something here about being led to a place of recuperation, of rest. There's something here about being rebalanced, recalibrated, refocused. And so for you, this may come across as guidance. For you, it may be paramount to make sure that you are connecting through tools like meditation, through things like rituals that will bring in the guidance that's coming through for you. This is actually going to be a time of a heightened intuitive state. And so you may, in fact, Sagittarius, be receiving a lot of guidance during this time, coming through, a lot of clarity around things that are very significant for your future. I'm seeing that coming through here. Very grounded energy I'm seeing you in, Sagittarius, with the Queen of Pentacles. Very grounded energy, which is working for you, right? And so if there's anything to bring in more of that energy, stay in that grounded energy, Sagittarius, because that is going to be working for you in this time. We also have Judgment. For you, there's something about the path that's becoming very clear in how you will be guided forward. There's something about a clarity about the path, like a light bulb coming on. Something's going to be made clear about how, where, why. Some questions that you had on your mind is actually being answered while this clarity is here. Whatever was hidden may no longer be hidden. It may be out in the open, as clear as day. Your answers are here during this time. And so pay attention to the messages coming through because they are, I feel like they're on point and they're answering questions that you may have. Things are being clarified, cleared up, and the connection is being made. And in that connection, your answers are being given. The Nine of Wands. For some of you, this could definitely bring in past energies, especially with the Judgment. There's something about something from the past being clarified or cleared up or making sense. Maybe there's a question of why, such and such had to happen that way. Why did this have to happen? When it doesn't really seem to have a specific reason. Like, what was the purpose for that? There's something about the understanding about what happened and how you navigated through that very gracefully. The Knight of Wands can sometimes indicate a need or waiting for healing around something so that you can move forward. But there's something about navigating some experience with grace, having the choice and having made the right choice as you look back, being glad that you made a certain choice. There's something about the path that's going to become very, very clear for you during this time. Future is the 10 of Pentacles. right? And whatever decision that was, it was the right decision because the Ten of Pentacles is definitely a positive card, whether that's holistically or whether that's taking a look at, how things are playing out for you in your own situation. It plays out very beautifully moving forward in the future. So know that, yes, you did make the right decision. I feel like that's going to be made clear to you if you have questions. Ten of Pentacles in the future. And for some of you, this could be around connections. It doesn't have to be. It could be around connections, making the right choice, healing from the past so that you can move forward. And then we have the Two of Pentacles coming in as a support. I feel like there is no need, if you are feeling in any point during this period of time to be pressured to make a decision, there's no need to rush it or to feel pressured to make any decision. The Two of Pentacles can sometimes come across as overwhelmed. That's one thing to be careful because the energies are going to be so high. This may in fact work for you, but not to mistake that as a need to rush in to make certain decisions. That's not the energy that's being supported here. The Two of Pentacles is more about taking your time to make decisions, even if it means standing and, kind of deliberating several things while you're making decisions. The Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the deck. So this decision, right? The twos are all about decisions, right? But this one is the slowest moving one. There's no rush here. And there's something about being able to experience more than one thing before actually making a decision. Spirit may be encouraging you to juggle in this situation, not for the sake of juggling, but not to be rushed into any one thing. Kind of deliberate, take your time making this decision. Get clarity about what it is that you want. Okay. There's two cards that came out here about waiting. The Nine of Wands and the Two of Pentacles are about waiting. Something about waiting for something. But in the waiting, there's some clarity that comes in during this time for you to help you see things clearer, Sagittarius. And so right now, maybe a time to really just allow yourself to simmer, not be rushed or pressured into making big decisions, okay? And that could be around anything that you're dealing with in life right now. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Yeah. Whatever the decision is, make sure that they're based on value and how they make you feel, right? It needs to feel right. If there's something that doesn't feel right, then you already know that that's not in alignment, because the right thing is going to align with your values and it's going to feel aligned. Okay. So many times we want to look the part. We want it to look good, but just because it looks good does not mean that it is good. Just because it looks good doesn't mean that it's healthy. Just because it looks good doesn't mean that it's going to be sustainable. Right? What's the purpose of having something that looks good if it's draining everything out of you? If you're having to bend backwards, like there's no peace or rest in it, right? And so there's something about going deeper and understanding, looking for what aligns with you, with your values. What is it that you stand for? Does it align with that? Are you on the same page? Or will you have to step outside of what you believe to align with it? Spirit is saying, allow it to align with you, not the opposite. And it will feel good. It's going to feel good. If it doesn't feel good, then that's not for you, Sagittarius. All right. And then we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah. And so there's something here. The Ten of Wands is all about, first of all, being protected against something. This is why it's important to be guided, not to rush in, to give more attention to the past for someone. There's something about the past that's going to be revealed and give clarity and show you that you did make the right decision. Let's see here. And being protected in some type of way. There was some protection here that comes out, or maybe this is something you will be protected from here in the future. But whatever that is, it's being protected against something that will end up being heavy and burdensome, which means that it's not aligned. That it's not aligned, okay, if that's the energy that it carries. Because last time I checked, the energy of burden is heavy and it's oppressive, and that doesn't feel good. And so there's something about being protected from that here. You're being guided in such a way. This energy is bringing in information for the most part, and alignment as well. But there's something about you needing to trust the information and the energy that's being shown to you here. So as I pulled out some of my astrology cards decks, Scorpio comes out for you, Neptune comes out in your 7th house. So the 7th house immediately is all about your relationships. So the 10 of Pentacles did come out in your future. This is something about aligning with the correct relationships. And currently that may be being recalibrated, right? And so the 7th house is all about balance and cooperation with those that you are in connection with, the 7th house. And so there's something about that could be at play here. You could be being directed, given clarity about what has taken place with that energy in the past. The other energies that came out was Neptune and Scorpio. So you could be connected in some type of way with the Scorpio. That could be very significant. They could be very significant. For some of you, you could have Scorpio in other placements in your chart. That's very significant. Look at that house and see what that's affecting as well. Something about a Scorpio here and the energy of inspiring others in some type of way and possibly having to make some type of sacrifice. This feels like having to make a decision that everybody is not going to be happy with. You can't please everybody, Sagittarius. You never will. And so the energy coming out here is all about aligning with your values and what feels good to you. That's where this focus is leading you. Aligning with your values and what feels good to you. This is all about bringing you into balance and aligning with cooperative energy. So anything that's not cooperative or is providing something that feels enmity, it feels like it's warring against you, then that's automatic. You already know that that's not it. No matter how it looks, Sagittarius. It may look one way, but the energy carries a whole different feel to it. That's what Spirit is saying. Don't be fooled by the look, because we're not striving for an appearance of balance and cooperation and alignment. But this is the real thing. We're being led to the real thing here. And so your oracle card that comes out is Gaia's Garden. And anytime I think of a garden, we're thinking of fruit, right? We're thinking of harvest, provision, resource, sustainability, right? Abundance. And then we're talking about Gaia, the abundance of the earth, fruition, reaping what you sow. And so there's something about this season for you. I feel like that is actually aligning you with your abundance, Sagittarius, with Gaia's Garden. Spirit is aligning you with your abundance, and it may have everything to do with you positioning yourself around the right people. Furthermore, around the right energy. Not so much the people, it's the energy, right? Not just what it looks like, but it's really what it is. Okay. Let's see here. And so for some of you, when it comes to the energy of vision or dreams, you got flying here. So some of you could be having dreams about flying. Oh, yes. And I feel like when we look at flying, it talks about being able to move, being unrestricted in your movement, um, whenever you need to move, being very fluid, right? And being able to arise to any occasion, even when it calls for you to be able to see from a higher view, being able to move when necessary, having a bit of freedom. Flying also gives this, I don't know if you've ever dreamt of flying, Sagittarius, but there's this element, and I don't know if you've ever flown in real life, there's this element of joy or excitement that happens when you fly, whether it's in your dreams or whether it's flying for real. There's this element of doing the impossible, the fact that we're flying, right? There's this tickle, this butterfly feeling in your stomach of excitement and wonder, right? So there's something about those energies coming through here, and also expression, the energy of feeling light and confident and independent, right? And creative as well. There's something about spirit letting you know during this Lionsgate portal, Sagittarius, you're rising above these challenges. Whatever this is, it's being released. You're being released from them so that you can see the world in a new way. It's not all about you being liberated. And there's something about how you're seeing things that's being liberated as well. Anything that blocked your view from seeing things in the highest form is being moved out of the way, because it has served something specific for the past, but it's no longer relevant. So it's time to move it out of the way. Now, because it no longer serves your future, it serves as a limitation or a restriction, something constraining you. So there's the need to move it out of the way. Yeah, and so this flying card represents you being released. You need to be released, Sagittarius. It's time for you to fly. And so whatever is holding you is being severed. Whatever energy coming in is showing you that now there's a need to align with the most inner parts of your being. Anything that does not align gets released, because you have something to do. You have some place to be. And it may not be on land. It may be up there in the clouds somewhere. Yeah, I feel like you're called to soar to new heights and explore new things, even your own potential, right? And so that's the energy coming in for you. It has a lot to do with your abundance, you reaping what you've already sown. Spirit is saying, I have prepared the table for you, Sagittarius. And you've been invited. You just have to come. And it is by invitation only. You just have to come and sit at the seat that has been marked with your name. Okay? So this is all about you overcoming any challenges, breaking through. Okay? This energy is supporting that. If it's been difficult, this energy makes it easy, like pie. That's what I feel. And so know that this is your time, Saggy. Make sure you show up, okay? Because there's a chair with your name on it. Saggy, like, share, comment, subscribe if you've yet to do so, and I'll see you next time. Those are what I see coming out for you during this Lionsgate portal. This energy is definitely serving its purpose for you, okay? It's time to fly. Leo, welcome Leo to Blood Moon Oracle. Today, Leo, we are taking a look at the energies that are available, what's happening for you around this Lionsgate portal, and what you need to know. Okay, like, share, comment, subscribe. Blood Moon Oracle, okay, is the channel. If you're just subscribing for the first time, feel free. This is your invitation to hit the bell so you'll be notified for other readings that may come out after this. Or you could go back and view previous readings, okay? But welcome, Leo. And I feel like for you, this is probably going to be amplified and intensified, because this Lionsgate portal is really about the sun in Leo. So this is highlighting like your energy. It's very beautiful too. And so like all of the fire signs, this is all about high vibing energy. It's all about being in this very powerful, strong manifestation energy for you. And it's about this very high level of confidence that you're feeling and courage, right? And so let's take a look for you, Leo, and see how this energy is showing up for the Lionsgate portal. Possibly some situations that you may find yourself in, or just in the energy that you need to be aware of. So, Spirit, please and thank you. This is for Leo. Lionsgate portal energy. What do they need to know? So we have the Six of Pentacles coming out. The overall energy. So you could be in a position to actually lift it up into a position where you are able to extend some type of alms. I'm hearing some type of alms to someone else. This could also be a very beautiful energy of reciprocation, like everything that you give is being reciprocated, very balanced energy coming in for you, maybe even you being supported in ways that you need right now. The Six of Pentacles brings in the energy of reciprocation or helps, okay? And this could be you receiving back what you've already given. This could be you receiving help needed for some type of problem that you have, being supported, you moving forward. But it has something to do with abundance for you, Leo. This is coming through as a very abundant energy when I look at the bison. Maybe in more area than one. So how is this being supported or challenged by Leo, for Leo? And so it's being supported. I feel like with the Chariot, this places you in a very high vibing, a very powerful, motivated energy to step out into this energy. I feel like your frequency during this time is going to be supercharged with the Chariot. This is almost like you doing things that people didn't know you were able to do. Like you're going to have people looking at you like, who was that? That was Leo? That just passed by? Dang. I knew Leo was strong, but I didn't realize Leo did all that. There's going to be something very above normal for this time for you. You're going to be showing up in your superhero energy with this Chariot. What is normally good and very impressive, that you're putting a 10 on it during this time. If you were shining before, you're going to really be shining during this time. I feel like all eyes are on you as well. There's something about entering into new cycles. You're thinking about starting something new, starting a new relationship, a new connection. Maybe someone will find you very attractive during this time and come in wanting to start something new, a new cycle with you. But this is showing up as being on your mind. If you are wondering if someone's going to come through, they are. They do. They're thinking the same thing you're thinking. They want to start over. But this is you having thoughts about a new beginning with someone, Leo, whoever that is, that's on your mind. This, if it's not a person, this is starting something that you love, giving it another shot, another try. Not going out without a fight, because whatever this is very important to you. Yeah, something from the past resurfacing. And whatever this is was something that gave you good feels. This feels like something that feels nostalgic, right? It holds a lot of good feelings for you that's coming back around from the past, whether it's a person, whether it's picking up, you know, something that you loved to do when you were young and actually turning it into something that you can enjoy often. There's something from the past re-arising here, and it gives good feelings. For some of you, this could be a person reaching out to you that you haven't heard from a long time, but they have not forgotten about you. That energy is going to arise during this time, and they're going to offer their cup of love. They've been thinking about you, Leo, whoever this is. They have not stopped thinking about you since you guys separated. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. You've been heavily on someone's mind. They're going to reach out to you. I do see that in the future with the Knight of Cups. For some of you, this is coming in with an offer. Someone has not been able to get you out of their mind. And while you're shining during this time, it's going to be just totally undeniable, irresistible. They're coming in. And whoever this is, you may already know who this is. This is someone very unique, not your average Joe or Jane. Whoever this is has done, I think they've done some healing too. It's almost like they were very concerned about how you will receive them. And so it's almost like needing to really get themselves together before approaching you. They've done some work here. Let's see, what else? All right, we're dropping cards now. 1 second. For Leo. Now, I'm also hearing as I'm picking up these cards, Leo, this could be you wanting to come back around and circle the block to a relationship or someone that you had some type of encounter or experience with in the past, but you've been very cautious. You even saw this as something a little bit tempting, right? You almost see this as requited love. You see this as requited love if this is you. But there's something from the past that feels really good. Let's take a look here. Three of Cups. I do feel like there's something about having a lot of support coming from your tribe, your immediate group, like those who you're around, who you trust, those who you are close to. Maybe this is someone within your close-knit group that just doesn't know that you feel this way, or you don't know that they feel this way. It was somebody that was within a close-knit connection that you had. Maybe you have the support of those that are within this group that you have in common with this person, and they're very supportive of this. So this portal for you is bringing in some kind of new beginning. Some kind of new beginning or another chance, another opportunity, possibly to resolve something that you may feel still a little bit conflicted about. Still a little bit conflicted about. There was some type of conflict here, or competition, or something that happened that may have just left a bad taste in your mouth that you haven't forgotten. Whatever this is, I feel like there is a need to be really protective of self. Be courageous. Allow yourself to follow through on what it is that you're feeling or where you're being led, but also carry boundaries and caution. Do not throw caution to the wind in this case. Whoever you're approaching may be a little bit guarded. If someone's approaching you, you'll be in this energy. There's history here, and I get a sense that all of the history was not smooth sailing. There must have been a reason why you separated at some point, and that may have been around some type of competition or fight, battling, maybe even something that wasn't fair. But it's coming back around. There's another opportunity coming back around here. Now that you are showing up in this very powerful energy, let's see, I'm going to get some astrology cards for you, for Leo, in this reading here. Give us some more information, Spirit. Okay, so I have Pisces. This could be a Pisces. I also have Venus, so it is about love for some of you. And then I have your third house. So this could be someone who, or this could be someone who is who aligns with your ideal of like a perfect mate. There's something about this person that may have grown or that has changed, and now they align with who or what you want. Or this could be someone who is just around you all the time. Maybe you're not aware or they're not aware of how someone feels some type of way and the other person is not aware of it. There's something about keeping your thoughts to yourself. Your ideas are very much being hidden. Moments for someone where you have really had deep thoughts and discussions with yourself that you haven't shared with anybody. In the third house, this is like really being embedded in your ideas and your thoughts. Given a lot of time to this in your thoughts. Now, Pisces, this could be you just being in that very dream-like, in the clouds about this a lot, or it could be a Pisces. The energy of Pisces is very dreamy. It's very idealistic and can be a little bit overwhelming and intrusive with the thought process. And so if it's just being in that energy, you could have heavy Pisces in your chart, or this could talk about you just being absorbed or obsessed in your thoughts in some type of way about this person, or someone being obsessed emotionally about you. And then Venus comes out as well. This is heavy energy. So either this is you, or this is how somebody is feeling about you, Leo. Somebody's crazy about you. Let's see, anything else Leo needs to know about this energy coming out, the resting tree. And so Spirit wants you to actually not rush into anything, because the resting tree is all about being still and being patient and letting things just kind of happen around you. There's nothing that you need to do. It's going to happen for you. Spirit wants you to be patient and watch things unfold. Interesting. This could also be a Sagittarius, because you got the same card as the Sagittarius when it comes to dreams. You could be dreaming, or there's something about you having an appointment to ascend in some type of way. There could be a position that you're moving up to that has your name on it, and Spirit is just waiting for you to grow up, and not that you're not grown, but to actually mature into this energy. There may be specific things that, or people that need to be released so that you can step into this energy that's going to take you to high places, Leo. There's something more that you're supposed to experience here. It could be with this person, doesn't have to be, but it almost feels like with Sagittarius, I was getting like there's a seat with your name on it and nobody can sit there but you. It almost feels like that same kind of energy, like there's something that has been waiting for you to come into this energy. And it feels like it could have something to do with a connection. A very deep level connection. With the third house, Pisces energy and Venusian energy, that's a lot of passion, a lot of charm, and a lot of beauty, a lot of creative energy. And it could be around abundance. It's like an abundance of everything. Everything is just overflowing, right? The land of milk and honey, right? And so there could be something that you are meant to experience with someone else specifically. Yeah. Let me see what your signs were. So I have a Six of Pentacles. That's Taurus energy. The Chariot is Cancer energy. The Ace of Cups is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. The Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. The Knight of Cups is either Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio energy. The Three of Cups is Cancer energy. The Five of Swords is Libra energy. And then the Seven of Wands is Leo energy or Sagittarius energy. And so lots of Cancer, lots of Scorpio energy. So lots of water energy in your reading. So this could be a water sign. And in this resting tree, she's resting by the water as well. Pisces, water sign. Lots of water here. So this could be a water sign for you. Doesn't have to be. It could be someone with a lot of water in their chart. But this is somebody that feels some type of way about you. Like they are all twisted up in the game, or you're twisted up in the game. Either way, there's just a lot of investment mentally here. It's almost like it has already happened in someone's mind. You're just waiting for reality to catch up with what has already been manifested. And so this energy right now for you, Leo, may be beneficial to be spent in the element of staying grounded and working with manifestation tools and grounding tools and working with establishing or following through on rituals. Spirit is wanting you to actually utilize some form of discipline here, which is very opposite of the Chariot, right? The Chariot is active energy, it's movement. It's, matter of fact, unstoppable. It must move forward. But it's Spirit is saying balance that out, ground that out, because there's something about needing to be guarded, having courage, but also having good boundaries as well. Or this person may be guarded. Being in your element, but not so overbearing too, with the Seven of Wands. Okay, so I feel like overall, this is like something that is destined for you. And there's something that you're meant to experience with someone. There's a whole nother world that's waiting to be opened up and ventured for you. Okay, and so, and it feels like it could be a water sign, doesn't have to be. This could be just someone with a lot of water in their chart. If that resonates, let me know. That's your story, okay? But either way, like, share, comment, subscribe. If it's not a person, it could be some experience that you're meant to have that's going to have a lot of fulfillment. It's going to be very emotional too, okay? And so that's what I have for you, Leo. Like, share, comment. Thank you for stopping by to Blood Moon Oracle. If this is your first time and you've yet to subscribe, please do so. And it is greatly appreciated, Leo. Until next time, my friends, take care.